Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's LaSalle over at HappyPennyStocks.com. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, another great day. Today I released my April stock pick for the month, CTTG, Canadian Tactical Trading Academy. Look, I believe that this company is set to explode this month. Ladies and gentlemen, we are living in what I believe is to be basically a 9/11 conscious society. This is the first time in a very long time in America's history, I think actually ever, where people are literally willing to give up their privacy, their comfort, and their time to feel safe. We see it everywhere, whether it be, going to a football game, going to any sports game, or going to the airport. Ladies and gentlemen, but we also live in a country where, and in Canada, you guys as well, live in a country where there is declining revenues. So we are dependent on institutions, public institutions, to provide us with the safety that they cannot afford to provide us with. And many of these private companies, or these public companies rather, police departments all over America as well as in Canada, have now started hiring private security firms to teach their officers. Now, what's great about these private security firms is that they hire people to teach, basically on contract. So think University of Phoenix, but think about security. All right, we're not talking about online learning here. We're talking about you, and let's say you were an officer with Minnesota or Minneapolis Police Department, and you go and train at this security facility, all right, a privately owned business that is put together specifically to train you how to be an officer. And your city pays that private company to train you. When you are done training, you leave and you go and proceed with your job of, providing safety for the people of the city of Minneapolis. The city saves money because they don't have to maintain a facility, and the private company makes money because they have provided a service to the community. This is why I believe CTTG works, because number one, it's the only publicly traded, publicly traded security company in Canada. But more importantly, they're in the position to profit from the example I just gave you. And I don't see any other reason why we shouldn't be invested in this stock. Now, I know some of you are going to say, well, they have to update their financials. They have to update. Now, look, I've made that very clear to the CEO. I've wrote emails. I've left messages. Talked to him on the phone that, yes, financials have to be updated. New news has to be released. But here's the thing. We don't want to get in when news is released. We want to get in before that. If I'm a small business owner, okay, and I want to get it to you from the mindset of the business. If I'm a small business owner and I'm a publicly traded company, a microcap stock, and nobody is buying my stock. I have a good company, I make money, but nobody's buying my stock. There is no incentive for me to spend $4,500 to hire an accountant to send my files over to the SEC for no reason, because nobody's buying my stock. I've got to invest in my business, okay? I've got to invest in my business. I got to put my money where the incentive is. The incentive is to take that $4,500, which I would have used to update my financials for the public, and invest it in my business, because nobody's buying my stock anyway. Now, if we show the commitment on our part that we're interested in this business, we understand the business, and we feel that it's profitable, the incentive now for the business owner is to update his financials. Because now he's in a situation where now he's got an appreciating stock price, which he can use now to borrow against and make increased and better improvements to his business. Do you guys, do you see what I'm saying here? And not only that, let me give you guys more proof here. Greatest stock book ever written by far, Ticker Tape Trading. If you don't have this book, it was written in the 1970s. The older books are the best books on trading. You got to go get this book. Okay? Chapter 7, page 59, Ticker Tape Trading. Principle number 3. Okay? Principle number 3, turning points on light volume. Okay? Basically, where are we at? Okay. This principle holds that there are several characteristics which can be observed in a struggling market for a specific stock. There are 3 of the following: a slow or irregular advance in price, 2, light volume, or 3, lack of interest in the stock. Stockholders and traders specifically are very, impatient people. They buy stocks in the hope of making a large profit very quickly. During periods of sluggish activity in the stock, these traders lack confidence in their ability to make a quick profit, so they are unwilling to make offers for large quantities of stock. At the same time, there are very few large sellers offering sizable blocks of the stock for sale, for they realize that the present demand is nowhere near sufficient to absorb their large offerings. Such a dull market for the stock cannot continue forever. This is where we come in, folks. This is where we come in. This cannot continue with this stock. A good company eventually comes back into the light. This is the time for CTTG to come back into the light. And you mark my words, I said this with USEI, I said this with CFGX, I said it with AHFD. You take note of the date that I'm saying this. Take note of that. And then watch this in the future and let's see what happens to the stock. This cannot happen forever. This is a good company. This is a very good company. And with the increased volume, we're going to attract a lot more buyers. With the news and the incentive now that the owner has to update his financials, we're going to be in a position to profit. Because guess what? We were there when nobody else wanted to be there. And that's always how it's worked for me. And that's what I'm trying to teach you how to work for you. You got to be there when nobody else wants to be there. You know, one of the things about successful people, they always say, they always talk about how they're so grateful the people who were by their side when nobody else wanted to be by their side. It's the same thing. It applies the same thing to the market, folks. If you're in a stock that nobody else wants, when everybody finally figures it out, you're the one who makes the most money. The game is the same. All right, now let's go on you guys who are so obsessed with news. Again, we're in the book, Ticker Tape Trading, Chapter 10, Buy on Rumor, Sell on News. This is principle number 6. Again, the greatest book ever written on stock trading, in my part, Ticker Tape Trading. Printed, I think, in 1975, 73, something like that. Principle number 6. Buy a stock when the tape confirms the rumor and sell when the news is made public. The explanation of this action of the stock is that large and important buying by those insiders who were in a position to know of the improvement in the company's earnings had been proceeding to buy for a large period of time before the news hit the papers. For this reason, the price had been moving up until the point of the news release. So when you guys buy on news, you're actually buying the stock that the big time investors are selling. Don't get me wrong, sure, stocks go up on news, but you're not making near as much you would have made if you bought before the news. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how I have to continue to keep selling myself. I don't know how many times I have to keep telling you that I have the formula. All right, I'm putting in my 10,000 hours. I'm putting in my 10,000 hours. You think I'm playing? I'm putting in my 10,000 hours, folks. Where's I got all the other books over there. I'm putting in my 10,000 hours. CTTG is just another example and will be another example of why I love this shit. Why I live and breathe investing in stocks. You want to make money? You better learn the language of money. I'm learning it. If you don't want to invest with me, that's fine. But watch me make the money. Watch the ticker tomorrow. You watch us make money. CTTG is my April promotion. You got to get involved in this, all right? You guys are losing a lot of money because you're investing in my stocks a lot late. You got to be there on time. You got to be there before the updates, before the news, before everybody sees the price skyrocket. That's when you get in, all right? You get in now. not when, when it skyrockets. Excuse me. All right. Ticker Tape Trading is the book. Go ahead, pick it up. CTTG is the stock. April. Have a great April. I'll be making updates on this stock as we move forward. HappyPennyStocks.com is the video. Go check it out. It's your boy LaSalle. Take care, folks.